Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We're going to be talking more about Star Citizen Alpha 4.0. We had a Q&A from CIG talking about jump points and a load of deeper questions being answered here that had previously been asked. So just in brief, jump points are coming to Alpha 4.0. They allow you to travel between huge distances. So in the case of 4.0, between Pyro and Stanton and Pyro. The jump points we're talking about here are permanent jump points. We know that you'll have to contact an ATC, an air traffic control center, before you make use of these. So you basically call them up, then you're in queue waiting to basically be pulled in to the jump point after that. And once you're in, you'll be hands-on. You'll have to keep your ship within the tunnel or risk getting kicked out and being stranded at the edge of a system. Both sides of the jump point will have security and a UEE presence. That is the only UEE presence and law jurisdiction, as far as we're aware, in Pyro. It's literally just the jump point leading into Stanton. In the future, there is going to be lots more jump points, including transient jump points, which are temporary and need to be discovered. These will, among other things, allow you to get places without going through customs, without meeting the UEEs, the idea. All permanent jump points, though, are considered large, so all ships can go through them, no matter your size, but transient ones will have size restrictions. Now, we had this jump point Q&A, and I want to go over some of the questions and answers here. Are we going to be safe around jump points? They're hopeful that in 4.0 and with server meshing, performance is going to improve, rendering automated turrets and security much more deadly to criminals or gate campers. There's obviously UEE patrols and law jurisdiction on both sides of the jump points. Also, if you have a crime stat 3 or higher, you're not going to be able to make use of the ATC, you're not going to be able to make use of the jump point. You won't be able to go through. This is going to be checked on both sides. It does remain to be seen, though, if this is going to be the case for other jump points in the future. Will there be restrictions based on your crime stat? How guarded are they? How monitored are they? Obviously, transient jump points, not guarded or monitored at all unless they're guarded by other players or they've been discovered by the UEE for some reason. Something like that. Why is the ATC part of this process? Why do you need to actually call up anything at all? So the ATC is there because the UEE is controlling the jump point and they have to give pilots permission to go through. You can't attune to Stanton's or Pyro's jump point if you're not authorized. How other jump points work still remains to be determined. Some players not particularly happy that they have to sort of attune and call up the ATC. They just want to be able to go straight through, but maybe that would cause too much issue. Maybe there's also a bit of actually queuing and getting players there safely is a good idea as well. It was mentioned in Inside Star Citizen that exiting the wormhole will sort of be a shotgun approach to minimize collisions and reduce the impact of gate camping. But how will the shotgun approach affect groups intending to coordinate their efforts? You're not coming out all over the place. When exiting the jump tunnel, everyone will end up rather close to each other. The sort of shotgun approach is so you don't know exactly where they're going to turn up, and they're not turning up exactly at the entrance of the jump point. They're sort of coming out in an exit zone. How do you clear a crime stat in Pyro? So the crime stat will only be obtainable around the jump point in Pyro is the idea, because that's the only area that's got a legal jurisdiction. Surrendering to law enforcement will put you back in jail in Stanton. That's a way to sort of clear it, but they're still working on some of the ways that you'll be able to clear it in Pyro. I'm suspecting that you'll be able to maybe pay someone else to lower your crime stat in the future, get someone else to do it, and there may be ways that you can do this in Pyro. Maybe there's very expensive bribes or other missions. Will jump points consume quantum fuel while you're in them? So using permanent jump points will use quantum fuel. When you start tuning with jump point, it will let you know how much fuel you need. I believe you'll only be able to jump if you've got enough. So something else that we should probably briefly talk about is when you're in a jump point, if you take too much distortion damage from hitting the edges of the jump point or whatever, you will get pulled out of the jump point on the edge of a system, which is not going to be great. And another question was asked, what's stopping us from falling out of the jump tunnel and arriving earlier in the other star system? So in order to fall out, you'll need to take enough damage, your modules need to lose integrity, and if you survive that exit, you're not going to be where you wanted to be. You may need to ask for rescue or repair or refueling, yeah, you're not in a great position. I understand that some people are trying to think of ways of avoiding customs or using this to their advantage, but I think that it's almost always going to be to your detriment. How difficult are these jump tunnels supposed to be? For the permanent jump points, they are large enough and stable enough, so they should be rather reliable. There is a difficulty to every jump tunnel though. You'll have to fly in there. There's a level of turbulence, some obstacles. Smaller ships will have more turbulence, but they will have an easier time maneuvering in these tunnels. It's a different experience depending on the ship that you are in. Jump tunnels are procedurally generated. It won't be too difficult for 4.0, but you will fail if you're not cautious enough. I'm really interested to see how this all plays out and how broken, frustrating, desyncy, that sort of stuff is it when we try it. So I suspect that general gameplay of it's going to be fun, but while in alpha or while in testing, how annoying is this going to be? I'm sort of very interested. How will the different jump drives affect jump point gameplay? So your jump drive will help you stay aligned in the jump tunnel. Different jump drives will have different effects on maneuverability and such, as will ship size and that sort of stuff. So if you want to have a good time in a jump point, then you should be able to buy a particular jump drive that will make it easier for you. We did also find out actually that when they talked about this last time, that they had plans for like up to 3 minutes of travel time in a jump point. So I think that's quite a long time. I'm interested to know what you think in the comments below. Another question, why have we decided to group everyone right in one place, right in front of the jump point, and have them sitting there waiting for their turn? And well, obviously they're relatively protected is the idea there, but you can fly around in SCM mode if you want to. Yeah, you can switch into SCM mode as long as you stay within the jump point area. But yeah, they wanted a physical sort of doorway, a physical space that you had to be near to travel through. That's one of the reasons they've done it that way. What happens if you kill a crew member or pilot during a jump? If you die during the jump, you'll respawn back at your generation point. Believe the ship will still try and make it through, but obviously if you're not guiding your ship appropriately through the tunnel, then it might get pulled out. Can you tow ships through a jump point? So they said no. You're still going to be able to tow ships through quantum, but not through jump points. At least that's the current plan. I'm not sure how I feel about this. That means that you need to repair a ship in a system that it's in before using a jump point to move it elsewhere. That is going to be hell for damaged capital ships in certain areas. But interesting though, right? Maybe you can build bases and that sort of stuff to be able to service them in Pyro or whatever. Just that's potentially interesting, potentially hellish. We'll have to wait and see how that sort of pans out. Are there any plans to reintroduce the big jump gate structures? This is a narrative and creative decision. We liked the structures, but it didn't feel right for how we envisioned jump points to work, so there's no intention to bring them back at this point. I'm hoping that they bring them back for certain jump points and not others personally. Is the unified jump point size system a permanent solution, or will we see small, medium, and large jump points making a return? The current intent is to have permanent jump points large. They are the biggest jump points controlled by jurisdiction. So, as I said earlier, permanent jump points are all large. What can you tell us about how transient jump points, temporary jump points, will be discovered in the future? There are no transient jump points in 4.0. A jump point has a radar signature though, and that signature will be unique. Exploration ships will have greater radar, allowing people to find transient jump points more easily. The Carrack, for example, very good at this. It is a Pathfinder ship, good for mapping, good for finding them. Will transient jump points stay open long enough to log and sell their existence for profit and then reuse them multiple times? Yes, these jump points will stay open for a reasonable period of time. They said hours or longer before they collapse. I'm hoping days. Boom! That's it for your updates on jump points for 4.0. I do have another video on this going over some of the other stuff that was talked about inside Star Citizen as well. There is, as I said, like station and UEE presence on both sides of that jump point. But I'm interested to know, are you excited for Alpha 4.0? Are you expecting it to turn up this year before CitizenCon or before Christmas, or not even this year? I'm really interested to know. And are you liking what they've got planned for jump points, or do you hate some of it? Are you concerned by some of it? Are you worried about people camping jump points and that sort of stuff? Whatever your thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. You stand at the pearly gates. The winged being there weighs your sins against the weight of a feather. You are found wanting. Not a problem for nordvpn.com/BoredGamer though. Just change your location. Boom! You're in. Bypass your sin. Get nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Probably not a tagline that Nord wants, bypass your sin, but that's what they're getting. Maybe they want one about its added security, privacy, or accessibility. Pah, everyone knows that. You get that at a touch of a button. Click these links below to get great deals on that VPN service. Every month we give away a ship, and this month of August is all about your favourite ships, because it's the ship showdown. My favourite ship is the Mercury Star Runner, and I don't want to give one of those away, but I will. It's a fantastic little multi-role, multi-crew ship. It's got a bit of cargo space, it's got room for a little vehicle, it's got a good amount of firepower, perfect little mission runner. In the future it's going to have data running, it's good for smuggling, it's got lots of secret little hidey holes. I absolutely love this ship. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during August. Also, I would love to know what your favourite ship is. If you would like to further support the channel, consider just commenting or liking, subscribing. That all helps. But also there's the join button under my videos. That goes a huge way to allow us to make daily content on Star Citizen. There's also Patreon, sharing the videos, direct donations. There's links to all of that down below. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You take care and have a great day.